Hi, my name is Peggy. I'm a waste reduction specialist at Metro. Welcome to my kitchen. We've all been spending so much more time at home lately. Many of us in the kitchen making new meals. Hopefully, most of them a success. I'm making pizza today, and I don't know about you, but any day that's a pizza day is a good day. I used to buy my pizza dough, but lately I've been making my own. I usually make a pretty big batch so that I can freeze some and then it's ready the next time. I also like to make a big batch of pasta sauce because that freezes pretty well too. While all of this is doing its thing, I've got time to prep some dessert. Now the fun part, the cleanup. Working at Metro's Recycling Information Hotline, I know that recycling at home can bring about a lot of confusion because there are so many different containers out there. So let's start with some easy ones like this metal can. I like to take the paper off of it and put that in my recycling bin. You don't have to, but this way the paper gets recycled. Metal cans are great because you can put small pieces of metal in them. I put a metal bottle cap, you can put the metal lid from that olive oil container. Even the metal lids from my yogurt container can go in here. And then once you've got it about half full, you crimp it up and put it in with your recycling. Glass bottles and jars, of course, go in that separate container at the curb. You can rinse those out before you put them in there. Once I've used up my flour, I shake out the bag, try and not make too big of a mess, and then I can just go ahead and put that also in my recycling bin. Next, plastic containers. My single serving yogurt container, 6 ounces or larger, round, can go in your recycling bin. Same with my salad dressing bottle. It's a plastic bottle. Of course, any plastic caps or lids go in the garbage. And then with this, I just rinse it out. And I can go ahead and put both of these also in my recycling bin. Then there are some of the trickier containers like this one. It's called a Tetra Pak, and it's a mix of materials. And even though it is a mix of materials, it can go in the recycling bin. It is recyclable. So you just want to rinse it out, like the other containers, and go ahead and put that in your recycling bin. You probably notice a lot of other containers, like soup containers and some broth containers, and even almond milk and that sort of thing also come in those Tetra Pak containers. Again, just take off the cap, throw that in the garbage, and rinse out the container. I buy a couple of heads of lettuce at a time, and when I do, I will put a couple of them in a plastic bag, a stretchy plastic bag. Same with things like cucumbers that I'm going to eat the skin of. Onions, I don't even use a bag. Remember that these do not go in your home recycling bin. When people put them in the recycling bin and they get to the recycling facility, they can really cause some problems and get tangled up in the machinery. There are places that you can recycle them. If you call us at the Metro Recycling Information Hotline, and you'll see the number on the screen in a second, we can give you places where you can recycle them. Don't worry if you didn't get that number, we'll put it up there again. So sometimes I buy salads that are pre-made. I buy them in the bag. You'll often see them in plastic boxes or hinged containers. All of these types of containers go in the garbage. I prefer the plastic bag though because it's a little less garbage. Now I mentioned these containers that have hinges on them. This is probably one of the more common containers we get calls about because you can see the little triangle on the bottom with the number in there, and people think that they go in the recycling bin. But any container like this that has a hinge on it, unfortunately, these are garbage. Here in the Portland metro region, we go by shapes of containers when it comes to plastic and not the numbers. So make sure that if you have any confusion, give us a call at the Metro Recycling Information Hotline, and we can help you out with that. Here's a look at the types of plastic containers that go in the home recycling bin in the greater Portland area. A close second to those hinge containers would probably be frozen food containers. We get a lot of calls about that in the Recycling Information Hotline. Frozen food containers, whether they be boxes of meals or things like ice cream, they look like paper, they feel like paper, but like a coffee cup, it has something called wet strength in them, and that's what helps them keep their shape and keep liquids from leaking out. So all of these containers are garbage. any frozen food containers. Go ahead and put those in your garbage bin as well. In addition to calling us, there are tools that you can use when it comes to finding out what does and doesn't go in your home recycling bin. You can check out the Recycle or Not webpage, and they've even got a game on there, the Recycle or Not game, to test your knowledge, to see if you know what can be recycled or not. If you've got a smartphone, they have an Instagram page as well, and you can scroll through the images. You can even send in something that you have a question about, and they will answer whether or not that item is recyclable or not. And of course, you can always call us at the Metro Recycling Information Hotline. We're always happy to take your calls, or drop us an email. You can see that information right here on this page. Hey, thanks for keeping me company.